is the Cafe Clairvoyance Wednesday Spiritual Astrology Show. Good morning to you, with wherever you are, whatever you're doing. If you're just getting up, well, here it is. This is a show you want to listen to, because this show will get your day going, won't it? You know that. So this is just for you guys there who are just getting up. And I think on that, I think we need a bit of intro music, start things going. And yes, welcome to a lovely day, a good astrology show, good chat, and your mini readings too. So see you in just a second. Well, good morning to you. Hope you're well. It only seemed like a few hours ago that we're actually online doing a show last night with my good friend Taryn Sandbrook, who also joins us well this morning. We did a show called The Moon and the Heart. It's very much about emotional coaching and finding out where your heart is, where your moon is, and just having a good old show. But today we're getting into the real in-depth of astrology. We get to the real in-depth of spirituality. Let's go and have a good old show and talk about what's going on here. Now, it's interesting. What I really find interesting with you guys out there is there's something playing out in the cosmos up there because a lot of your questions are very similar. So we want to find out what's going on here and show and just welcome in what's going on. Now, I just want to say hello to the producer. She says hello and good morning from Spain. And this is just for you guys out there who have just joined us. And during the show, this is what we'd like you to do. It's a free show. Free show. You can just join in, just watch. And this is all we ask you guys to do. So, yes, that's all you need to do. Just like, share, do whatever you like here, but just do that. And we've got loads of you lovely people online this morning. Lovely to see you. Now, just to let you know as well, we're also on YouTube. And this is Cafe Clairvoyance YouTube. You just type that into YouTube, you'll find we're there. And all the videos which we recorded over the past few shows, they're all there too, if you want to go back into those. And yeah, so we like to just spreading the love, getting a bit further. I mean, you'll probably find we're going to be on LinkedIn shortly and may even be further afield. But what was good about last night, we spread our love throughout the world because of the time zone we're in during the show. We actually found people coming on from all over the place. But this morning we have the wonderful, the most astrological, those wonderful Capricorn with Scorpio rising and a few other placements here going, and she's not too far away. She lives in Javier over in Spain. Good morning to my good friend Guillermo, who's going to join me this morning, and here we go for our astrology show.
Hi.
Hello
everybody.
How are you?
Good, I'm fine. Yesterday was a beautiful Cancer moon. It was like so...
Yes, it's all changing soon. It's about to go into Leo, isn't it?
Yep.
Then it's like, whoa, chaos.
Hi.
When the sun shines, you've got a Leo moon. How lovely. Yes, can't beat it, can you? Can't beat it. So, okay, so the nice thing this morning, we seem to have a wonderful internet connection because your picture is super high quality and sometimes it goes a bit blurred, but tonight, yes, we can actually, yes, see everything here, so that's lovely. Loads of people coming on this morning, and producer says, please like the Cafe Clairvoyance page and write a comment or a review. That'd be lovely. And Cheryl Porter says, good morning. And Ellie says, sorry, not very technical. How do I get you on YouTube? Okay, what do I type in? We just go onto YouTube and type in Cafe Clairvoyance. Cafe Clairvoyance. It will come up. And you then go down listings there, you see your different shows. But yes, you can also interact on there too, as well, just like you can on Facebook. And Taryn says hi. Deb says hi. And Jay Jones says hi. All you lovely people. And even Taz says, hey, Jay. Hey, Jay. Hey, Jay. Hi, Taz. Hi, Jay. You lot too social. Far too social. I think here we need to control this. Control this socialness. Oh, a bit abrupt. Anyway, and okay, so let's just find out what the producer's up to. Oh yeah, all your messages are coming in. Thank you very much. There's all your messages there. Yep, and she's also... It goes. Yeah, it's very backwards and forwards, your messages there. Oh dear. So starting on this morning's show. Loads of energy out there, and loads of people asking this morning about moving. Very interesting. Now, if we look up into the skies, is there something that suggests here that people are reacting to this energy from the cosmos up there, from the astrology?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, and definitely what I find really funny is that the people who are asking about have Cancer energy in their charts, which is like, Cancer's about, yesterday's moon, and it's about being at home, being with yourself. So Cancer also has a dark side to it, which is about the energy of hatred, what we call hatred. So we have to understand this because yesterday was the Cancer moon, because the questions regard moving, and because all the people have Cancer energy in their charts who are now, the ones who have submitted a question. So Cancer also has to do with hatred. And hatred, why hatred? So hatred is an energy that helps individuation. The thing is, we've related to bad behaviors, well, like wars and violence and all that sort of stuff. But that isn't inherent in the energy of hatred. So like, if you think of an adolescent, when they grow up, they have to hate their parents. If they don't, then they're not going through that phase as they should, because it's through hatred where you say, okay, this is what I am not, and this is what I want to be. And so that's a bit like the energy that came with that Cancer moon. So in this year, I think it's not a year so much about thinking about actually moving forward right now, maybe further on in the year. I don't know what will come up individually, but in generally, this is more a time of individualizing yourself, of like really thinking and feeling about what you really want to do, where you really want to be, what isn't good for you anymore, what you want to let go of, what do you hate, what are you sick and tired of. So more than thinking, I want to be somewhere else, because of course there's a lot of Gemini energy, which is good and bad, because it's good because you can get a lot of ideas. It's bad if you don't do anything with those ideas.
Yes.
So if you don't bring those ideas down through your body, through your heart, and into the world, then you're just going to, I want to move, I want to go somewhere else. Yeah, but what for? What's the point? The point is, first address what's moving inside you.
Yes.
And then once you're connected to your heart, to your body, to yourself, then you will get the inspiration of where you want to be, what you
Okay, the internet's just frozen. It's just frozen. Hopefully, guys, you can still see me. Can you still see me out there? Or have we really got a... Hello? Oh dear, we just seem to have lost the internet there. Are we still there? Oh, it's playing up this morning, isn't it? Oh dear. No, we still seem to be live, you guys here. Can you still... Guys, if you can still see me out there, just put a little link in here, and hopefully you can still see us. But I think we just lost Gearmar for a second. And yeah, you guys can still hear me. Break up, can you so we can't hear Phil. Okie dokie. I think what we're gonna do is yes, I hear you. Good morning, Paul. Okay, yes, you can hear me. Right. I'm gonna get a reconnect with Gearmar, and hopefully this will... Yes, Gearmar's disappeared, unfortunately, but I'm okay, but Gearmar's not. So we're gonna have to get her back on the line. Right. Oh dear, yes, it seems to me that she has a little bit of a technical issue. Okay, so talking about the energy of moving, it is very right. I think at the moment that what we've got, which is this energy to do with the cancer side of people's charts. Um, just going to wait. Typical, isn't it crazy? Have all these retrogrades and it all goes a bit pear shaped, which is why I think it does that. But never mind. Anyway, what we'd like to say to you here is, as we go through this morning, is we've got lots of things to go and talk about. It's not just about moving, it's also about these retrogrades which are going through at the present time. And keep on trying. No. It may connect in a minute. It was going so well, wasn't it? Because Guillemard looked so clear. There you go. Anyway, so as we go through this particular phase we're going through, I think Guillemard's very right in what we says here, that we are connecting within ourselves. We're needing to go within ourselves here to go and find this energy. As soon as we do, then we know where we're going to. And yes, dear. Anyway, she'll come back on in a minute. I'm just going to connect with her in a different way and just say, let me know, ready. Okay, so now, one of the things I'd like to point out here, guys, one of the things that came up last night, which I thought was very apparent. Okay, I'm just getting you guys. I tell you what to do, I'm just going to hold the show just a minute. What? Here we go. Here we go. Are you there?
Are you back?
Oh, you're back. Good. I was chatting away then to myself, or chatting to you, then so thinking, okay, something went wrong there. I was well wishing too quickly, saying the internet was so clear. And also, we're back. Good. I'm glad about that. Yes, I was just chatting to everybody, talking about this energy, the energy of moving, the energy we go through at the present time. And the fact is, sometimes it's not about doing everything. We can move. We can do things in our lives right now. We can go and do things. But first of all, sort out what's going on in here.
Yeah. And what I was saying is that the heart chakra is also expressed through the hands. And if we use our hands and not our mind when we're using it, say, for example, you're cooking and you're not thinking about other things, but you're cooking, you're mindful about it, or you're building something, or you're doing some carpentering, or you're writing, or you're doing any craft work, or even music, anything that you would use your hands without using your mind is going to help you connect with your heart. And that will clear the ideas, that will help filter. Like if you have many ideas, that will help filter them, and then you can be able to choose one. I suggest also to write them down, so then you can get, you don't forget, and then you can just get one idea and do little steps, tiny little steps towards the direction of what you want. It could be, I don't know, there was a question about somebody saying, should I open a center? Well, maybe you can think about doing the cards for the center, the visiting cards, anything small that would take you in that direction, or calling a few people, whatever it is.
Do you think a lot of people are going to go through a lot of that they want something at the moment, but within, say, when these planets go direct, they suddenly think, actually, I don't want that. I want something else?
Definitely, because of this Gemini energy. We have Gemini, North Node in Gemini for 18 months. It just came in not long, a couple of weeks ago or so.
Yes.
And Gemini is all about, what about this? What about that? Oh, I like that. Oh, maybe that. Oh, well. So Gemini can be all over the place in ideas and not be very well defined. Plus, we have like 4 or 5 planets in Gemini right now. It's like all Gemini. So it's normal. 4. It's normal. Well, 3 planets in the North Node. It's normal to have like many ideas. But anyway, since this time we are in right now, with all this Capricorn energy being demolished, it's all about just letting your heart guide your life. Because you're going to, if you let your mind guide your life, you're going to be full and riddled of doubts.
Yes.
So it's really about connecting with the heart. So hands, what?
Very interesting about the Capricorn energy breaking down. Does this mean it's bad news for Capricorns, do you think? Or do you think Capricorns just need to embark with everybody else and start initiating different ideas?
So you and I are Capricorn.
Yes, we're not Capricorn, because if Capricorn's out, they're going to go, Capricorn's breaking down. What does this mean? They're going to be terrified.
Yeah, but we've been breaking down for many years now. So we've been breaking down since 2008.
I think we have.
So it's not. Yeah. So it's nothing new. That's when Pluto went into Capricorn, then came Saturn, and then Mars, and then Jupiter, and so it's one after the other, and it's like, so we are sort of breaking down. I mean, for me personally, since I've got the moon also there, it affects me physically in the sense that I'm always with aches and pains, but it's part of the growing pains. When you grow, when in every sense, it has to hurt in some way. You're
Yeah.
going to feel stuff. As long as you don't identify yourself with that, say, for example, if I were to go, oh God, something's wrong with me, go to the doctor, this is what's going on. Well, that's going to make it worse. But if I just let it flow and just take care of myself, it's whatever has to happen will happen. And it's part of the growing pains for us Capricorns. So, I mean, but also Libra, Aries, and Cancer have like,
Yes, all the cardinals.
yeah,
Yes, all the cardinals
yeah,
have all their bits and pieces as well. So this process of change is a natural process of change that we're all going through. So no matter if you're Capricorn or if you've got any other signs there at all, your cardinal sign, then you're going to find this is going to affect you some way or form. I totally agree. I actually like the feeling, even being a Capricorn, of this change coming in. It actually feels better. Feels better.
yeah,
It feels like a refreshment of some kind is on its way. And I think if we look at it like that, this is a fresh start coming, and open our hearts and minds. Wherever the Capricorn area is in our chart, is letting go of that old restraint and knowing there's something new, but something vibey, positive. We've got that Gemini area, and I love the fun of Gemini areas, because we could do this, or we could do that. We got, here's another idea, which sometimes overloads us with too many things. And sometimes Capricorns like to focus, say, hey, hang on a minute, just one thing at a time.
yeah.
Yes, but all these different inspirations are coming into our lives now, and I think here this is. I think people want this liberation, thinking, why should I stick to this restrictive routine that feels they've got to conform?
Exactly.
Yes, and I think
Exactly.
I feel that. I
That's
really resonate with that. I just want my own freedom. I think that's what's changed for me since 2008, is expressing freedom and expressing change to come into my life and to do what I want to go and do, especially professionally. I think I get quite excited by that. I go on too much, but never mind. Anyway.
yeah. True, it's true. So the thing is that we have to be more like teenagers and
Yes.
think, what would a teenager do in my place? And teenagers just do this and drop it and do that and drop it. And that's what we're supposed to do. Capricorn's all about, I got to do this and I got to do it till the end. And I got to do it for years. And I got to
Yes.
be really good at it. I got to be an expert at it. And it's like, oh my God, no, you're not going to be an expert at anything now. Right now, everything is going to be invented. Like the world we used to live in is going to go obsolete. So you haven't got a clue of what's going to happen in the future. Just like we didn't have a clue that coronavirus was going to do all these changes in the entire world
Yes.
last year. We all knew, astrologers knew that something was going to happen, but nobody had a clue how it would happen. So this is what's going to happen next year. We don't have a clue of what's going to happen. So it makes no sense to actually plan forward and say, okay, yeah, I want to do this, I want to do that. No. No planning, guys. It won't work.
No.
Just let your heart lead you. Then you'll find yourself in the right place at the right time.
Now, isn't that interesting? Because we're not used to this, are we? We're not used to this idealism of planning and structure, and everything about Capricorn likes to plan, yet this is breaking down. This is what's changing. So although we can have plans and great ideas to go and move, to go and do things in our life here, first of all, it's getting that energy, I totally agree with you, right within ourselves to see where you're guided to, rather than actually planning. I think that's a very inspiring thing to go and say. However, Capricorn's on its way backwards. It's surely going to pop back in. Yes, Saturn's on its way backwards. Sorry?
Saturn
Yes.
is on its way.
Yeah, sorry, did I say sorry? Saturn is on his way backwards and he's popped back into Capricorn. And that's then, we're going back to that old system again, aren't we? The old system of, here we go, we're going back into this control restraint area. But would we agree on this here? We're going back to say, actually, we're revisiting, we're looking at what we need to let go of in order to progress into Aquarius.
Yeah, and what we need to take also, because I mean, Capricorn, Saturn energy, if you bring it up higher, Capricorn or Saturn energy, it's about awareness, it's about consciousness.
Yes.
It's about mastery. It's about really understanding how life works. So it's like,
that's a huge thing.
That's how patriarchy has been for 5,000 odd years. Do you really understand what this was all about? Do you understand that patriarchy was all about defining an ego so you can have a sense of individuality? So that will allow your soul and your consciousness to connect fully with your body, and you can truly be aligned to your higher self. You can't be aligned to your higher self if you don't have a true sense of your individuality in these three dimensions. So that's
Yeah.
what these past 5,000 years ago were about. So we have to also be grateful for that,
Oh,
you know?
totally, totally. Yes, I think so, very much so. And I think what's going to happen though, and it'd be interesting how what people think about this. But I actually think when people start working on law of attraction, they start working on positivity, they start working on emotional freedom, they start working on doing things to attract abundance or happiness into their lives. I think
Yeah.
this will start to work more because we're away from the controls. And that energy is interesting. And actually, to believe that energy is working with you and it's more free.
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Exactly. So all this, like the way that governments are dealing with the coronavirus issues, like we're starting to see that they're not taking in mind a lot of individual personal factors, like how is this making us feel? How are we
Yeah.
feeling if we're enclosed and we can't breathe? What do we really need? We need sunshine, we need to walk, we need some sort of social engagement because that's good for our health. So they don't know it, but it's not that they're bad or I don't think they're planning anything to control us or anything because nobody can control you if you don't allow them to. Seriously?
That's the big thing. That's a huge thing. And it's a massive topic that a lot of people, whether they are liked by the media or not, I'm not going to mention names, liked by the media a lot or how they come across to people here. I think I think it's a very good point to make out that these controls can't take effect unless you want them to. If you don't want to, you don't have
Exactly.
to. And I think it's
Exactly.
choosing that freedom. And sometimes I think that's going to be, for some people, that will be fantastic. For other people, it says, well, where's the control? I can't function without control.
Exactly.
They're going to
Exactly.
panic.
And this is a funny thing because it's really about your thoughts and
Yep.
how they're connected to your heart. That's what life is about, okay? So it really doesn't matter if you do or don't do, if you choose this or choose that. All that really doesn't matter. It's the way you're experiencing life through your mind and through your heart, okay? So when it comes to conspiracy theories, it's very curious here because, for example,
There is good
the
word.
people who are actually investigating and trying to figure things out and trying to understand things, the people who are actually leading in that sense are the ones that are actually benefiting from the from being from thinking on conspiracy theories because they're thinking on their own. They're trying to figure out their own ideas, right?
Yep.
But they're actually getting into action with what they're doing. So they are, if they feel this, then they're going to do that. They're going to react this way. They're going to either manifest, they're going to write something about it, they're going to protect themselves. So they're leading that into action, right?
Yep.
In a proactive action. It's not a defensive protection. It's okay, I'm going to make the future better for me. So that's a good attitude, even though you might think that from my perspective, for example, I don't believe in fear mongering. Those people are not really fear mongering because they are defending. They have a thought, they have an idea, and they're defending their idea and they're bringing it into action into the
Yes.
world.
Yes.
Whereas many of the people who read those theories don't do anything at all. They just read more and read more and read more and read more. What are you doing with it? Nothing.
That
Every single day reading about what's that causing? Fear and more
fear.
fear. And the more you dissociate into your mind, the larger the fear. Those people are not doing well with that.
Yes, that's right.
So I don't think it's not even about saying, okay, this person does it right, this person does it wrong. No, 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 no. People have different ways and they're all correct. It's just bringing thought into action. That's the main issue here.
I think so too. I think you're spot on there. Great way of putting it. So it's interesting. So we're coming out of this old restraint, the old, and it's interesting how people are losing interest, not just through Corona, but I think other things as well, losing interest in what was authority, what was control, what was restraint. And people are now coming into themselves. And it's interesting with the people coming into this group who share with us here, how you're all expressing yourselves. You want to change your life in some way. You want to do something which is going to empower you. That's fantastic, because you're talking about something for you. And this is the important bit I think people are going to really resonate with over the next sort of few years. Well, life in itself here, because we've never come across anything like this, have we? Never. Our lifetimes.
Never.
I mean, you go back generations and generations, they'd be shocked that we're going through this system here. So it's almost like if you come back at someone from the Victorian times or even the Georgian times with English history, they'd be absolutely mortified that we're not obeying a hierarchy or we're stiff upper lip and things like this. No, now we want to talk about things. We want to... there we go, steam coming out of ears there. And then we want to talk about things. We want to share ideas. We want to share love. We want to share happiness. And I think this is
fascinating. We're starting to value individual ideas. So maybe you can have an idea that is totally contrary to mine, and I will never follow the same idea as you. But I can actually be in a space with you telling me your idea, and I can tell you my idea, and we don't agree on anything, and it's fine. Yeah. We can each hold our own idea, and we will have a conversation on, okay, you have this idea, I have this idea. What are you doing with that idea? What are you creating in the world with that idea? What are you manifesting with that idea? How are you bringing that idea down into the world? Because that's what it's about.
Yes.
What are you doing with that idea? Do something with that idea.
Yes, absolutely. Do something with that idea. And I think that's what's the important bit is now. And for all the people out there, this is, I had to really get this. It's always lovely having a chat with you, because I just get on my high horse and want to talk even more. But we've only got an hour. But I think some of the here is, guys, if you've got something you want to go and do it, because what was the old restraints around you are disappearing. But what you're left with is the old fear that stopped you doing that, but it's not there anymore. It's going. Right, just to give a quick shout out here. I'd just like to say hello to everybody who's just joined the show, wherever you are around the world. Good morning to you. Good morning, or good evening, or good afternoon, wherever it is. Anyway, good morning to you. Good morning to you guys here. And here's a little hoot to get your day going. Your needs a little hoot. Where would life be? And also this Cafe Clairvoyance. So in this here, you need coffee and clairvoyance. Or is it tea? Tea this morning? Or what's in your department? Coffee, tea, or water?
For me, coffee.
Of course. Where would be without coffee? What's a good idea. Love it. Okay, right, so next Tuesday, a very interesting show in the evening. It starts at 9 p.m. in Spain and 8 p.m. in the UK. And it's a show I really suggest you guys here really tune into, not because it's just our show, but because what the show is going to be about. We've got a wonderful chap coming on, such a high-spirited, beautiful spirited guy. And when you hear this guy talk, when you hear what he's going to do, you'll just go, oh my God, this is lovely. This is lovely. And this is Gyelchi Nova, and he's going to be coming in to play the most extraordinary flute I've ever seen in my life. I mean, I wouldn't call it, to me it looks like a trombone. It's massive, this thing. It's big, but whether he plays it in the tune and the music that comes out of this, I think you're going to be in raptures. And he plays very spiritual music. So, during the show, if you would like some music played for you, you want a little tune, and you'd like a little message, you need to send in way in advance, because we're only going to have so many places for this, way in advance here, a question, your date of birth, and a colour, so that we could do a little mini reading, and also Gyelchi Nova can then play a little tune for you, a beautiful, beautiful piece, a spiritual tune that will really resonate with you. I'll tell you what, it really will do. When you hear this go, it's absolutely fantastic. It may be his partner Michelle will also join in, because she likes to interpret the music, and she comes in. She's a lovely, lovely soul, and it'll be a wonderful, wonderful, warm show. And I think here that you would definitely get something out of this. I'm sure you'll love it. And that's good there. And also I want to give a shout out to Helen Davies and Spread Some Sunshine. Spread Some Sunshine here. And this is the show on Facebook. She's on Facebook. It's Spread Some Sunshine group on Facebook, helping villages in need in Sri Lanka. For anybody who's been to Sri Lanka, it's a lovely, lovely country, but also here they do need a lot of help. So that's there. And anything else I need to tell you? No, just have a lovely morning. Enjoy your coffee. Just relax. Just unwind. Even if you're working, just whoa, 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 just tone down that hard work pace there and just enjoy yourself. The restraints are disappearing. Yes, yes. Okay. And I think we need to do this. I think we need to do this. Okay. Some of you have actually asked here if is his music on YouTube. I believe it is, but you actually go onto his website, and it's. I'm just. What I'll do is I'll put the information up. In fact, the information is already up on Facebook. If you go into our Facebook Cafe Clairvoyance, you'll see his website and his details there. You can go along and see when he flutes. The pictures you see there, you think, oh, that's nice. But when you see the size of this thing, you can't get the size of it until you see hands. Because it's like the photograph's taken from about 30 foot away, it must be. Because the flute is pretty big. When you hear it, oh my goodness, it's awesome. So we'll be we're very warmly spirited to have this guy on here. A big pleasure. So yes, there's spreadsomesunshine.es. This is to if you're interested in this. And is his music on YouTube? I believe it is. But if you go and have a look at the website, that would be the thing to go and do. And also, it will also be live on YouTube as well. So that's information there just for you guys. Okay, now I think it's getting to that time of the show. Here. I'm just looking for. Here we go. We need a bit of this. I think it's time for some little readings to come on here, and let's just have a little old look. And we've got a few people written in this morning, and most of it's about moving here. So even if you other guys out here aren't moving at the moment, even if you other guys out here aren't moving at the moment, probably by the end of this show, you'll probably think about moving. Guillermo says no, don't be so stupid. No. Anyway, Gauchinova, there's his website, chantingtree.com. And absolutely fantastic guy, and I'm sure you'll love the show. Anyway, right, okay, so we would like to go over to England, and we'd like to speak to a nice lady called Bev. Now she's gone for the colour blue. She's born on the 8th of the 7th, 1966, and there she is there. And she's a life path 1, personal year 1. Will I move? Trying to sell my house, lack of interest, so should I continue to try and sell? It's interesting here, we did a little bit of this last night, but I really would like to look into astrology chart this morning just to see what it is about to move and what we're discussing about moving at the moment. And I think here what this is, and if this is a good time, because we've got these retrogrades in here, how we look at this. But personal year 1s, when you're in a 1, whoa, we're in our own power. What we want to go and start something new. 1s always want to start something. They always want to lead something, go and do something and push ahead in that particular way. And also here, I think even by the colour blue, the blue resonates here. And this is interesting here because blue is, in a sense, a bit conformist in some respects here. But what you're looking at regarding moving is a structured plan, and does it feel right in here? How it's resonating with you deep down inside here, Bev. And that's what I think we need to really discuss this morning. Not just about a move, but is this right? So let's go over. Let me see if I get see if I'm in line to stick this in Guillermo's ear. No, it doesn't quite get there. Okay, right. So, Guillermo, Bev is thinking about moving. Should she move, or should she just give up and just give in? What do you think there?
Well, she's a Cancer sun, and her moon is in, where is it? In Pisces. And then she's got a couple of figures there, which is more about like more of a control type person, or enclosed, or more short distance orientated, right? Um, and the North Node in Taurus and that Sun in Cancer this year are saying, you know, you have to, how do you say this? Release the codependency that you have in your life. That's very important lesson for Sun in Cancer this year, and it goes North Node in Taurus. So Pluto's also in Virgo, and you have a kite, which is a nice aspect, which is like somebody who flies around, and it's very, you know,
Yeah.
nice incarnation aspect. But that's Pluto in Virgo is about transformation through the body or transformation through work, for example, through what you do. So I would say it's more a year of preparing things, of really letting go of anything that you're really holding and clinging onto, to integrate whatever it is you have to integrate. Then said next year you have Sun Jupiter conjunct at 15 and 13 degrees. So next year you'll have Jupiter. I think maybe, I'm not sure about the middle part of the year, a bit later. That Jupiter will go over your Jupiter Sun, well, in opposition. So maybe that's the time when you might think, okay, I gotta move. But right now it's more about creating the right space inside you and the right individuation. So whenever that move happens, it happens from the right place, I would say. You know, put things into order, cut strings that you have to cut, and then you'll be prepared for move. That's my feeling.
The one energy is very refreshing. It's a new start. It's like you've gone through a cycle all the way from 1 all the way through to 9. And if we look at numerology here, going over the 9 years, and you're now in a new cycle. It's like this is preparing you for this change coming ahead. And so I think it's a powerful thing. Here. The retrogrades tend to just go, well, you can do this, but it's slow. It's very slow. And if we try to push, it's like going uphill. Why is this such a job? We just need to, okay, the thought's there. We're planting seeds. And I think it's a great thing here to say, the one energy starting something new, what is it you're still letting go of? Which is the old 9 energy, which you've had in the past there. Says here where you're going. Oh, please don't tell me you're frozen again. Yes, we have. Oh dear. Well, she'll come back in a minute, I'm sure. Come back in a minute. So I'm going to do the astrology for you here and just see what comes up here. We're back. Almost. Nearly. Are we back? Hey, we nearly lost you then. We nearly lost you. Right. Okay, Bev. Let's look at your three cards here. Let's go for the left. Thinking about moving. Trying to sell my house. Lack of interest. Should I continue? It's interesting, the lack of interest, because the retrogrades in energy, people even thinking about moving. Yes, they want to move. However, it's just wait. Tie up the old ties here. What is it in you? Because your Queen of Wands is reversed. What is it in you? You're still muddling over. You still want to say, I've got to get things into a better perspective. Something isn't sitting right consciously or in your heart here. And also here, just to come back to this, and I think this is fascinating what you said just earlier on here, just to bring us in, slight difference to the subject here. But you're saying here about the heart consciousness being in the hands. And I think that is, for me, that is the fourth consciousness. For me, the fourth consciousness, you've got the head, 1, 2 heart, 3 gut, 4 hands. And it's interesting here because when you meet people for the very first time and you shake hands, immediately you get an impression of what that person's like because your heart touches their heart. And so when you shake hands with people, we often get that register subconsciously straight away. Oh, I like this person, or I want to run. Whichever way it is. Anyway, right, okay, so Bev, hopefully that helps there. I think here this is very much about a time here. Just yes, I can see here you're going to move. However, it'll be slow, but what else are you letting go of before we get there? Right, hopefully that helps there. Sarah Katrina says anything in the cards for me. Is there time? Sarah, you need to get the stuff in before the show starts because we will run out of time, unfortunately. Sorry about that. Anyway, right, Susanna, this is interesting here because Susanna's in a similar situation. Not so much about home, but this is more about a career-related issue. And also here, what I think is going on here too is She's 28th 11th 1960. She's a life path 10 with a personal year 3. Now 3 is the Trinity, and it's about consciousness, other people, yourself, the relationship to everything that's going on around your life at the present time. And it's talking. The only thing is we're talking here. It's good if it's constructive. If it's not constructive, it's going to be very confusing. And sometimes you're going to go, I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed. I don't know where I'm at. Now, let's have a look here. So the question being, I've been planning to open a wellness centre since 2014. Working towards this dream. For this dream to work, can you see a move? Now, is this all... Now, what we've got to look at here is, this is complicated. It's not complicated. We just need to be very clear. Very clear. Because although you'd like to move it, is the move the right thing you want to go and do? It's all very well. We've got more than one issue here. We got a wellness centre. Then we got a move, and then we got a new life because we've moved. And is this right? Is this right? And your 3 energy here is about what's important to you is the need of freedom to express yourself. Would the move give you freedom? Would the move give you expression? Would you feel comfortable with this? Is your own environment, does your own environment give you the ability to be free? Questions. Now, all of this is positive. We're feeding you with positivity. We're feeding you with upliftment here to say here to think about things and where in your heart you feel free. And I think it's time to go over to the astrology.
Yeah, Susanna. So Susanna has Lilith in Cancer, which is about Lilith in Cancer has to learn that your emotions are not yours. It might sound a bit weird, but that's how it works. Your emotions are not yours. They are all from your ancestors, and you can actually feel through people's blockages and bring that out. And then you have Lilith in Mars, who wants to be free, and Lilith in Uranus, who is a slave to your own guilt. And all that combo put together, it's about wanting to find the right place for you where you will feel good about yourself, or you will not feel rejected, where you will find a place. And therapy sometimes is a way of, like, we think we're healing others, but we're actually healing ourselves, and we're actually finding a way of belonging. So then, but all of this is saying to me that you're actually trying to look outside, search outside with that Sagittarius sun for what you don't have inside. So the question is for you, what is it exactly that you need in life? And I don't mean like a space center, but how do you need to feel? What is it that you absolutely love doing? What makes you feel good? What makes you vibrate? What do you need? What little things do you need in life? What do you like to do? So you have this bit of a leader. You have a moon in Aries who likes to be a leader, but there's a lot of indicators that say that it's very difficult for you to actually believe that you are a leader, because you tend to serve instead of being a leader. So you can't serve and be a leader at the same time, because it's different ways of approaching the issues. So as somebody who serves is like, okay, whatever you want, I'll give it to you. And it's more about, okay, this is what I have, and this is what I'm going to give, and whoever wants it, I'm here. So it's a change in attitude, and that has to come from you, not from trying to find a space where you won't feel rejected, a space where you feel that that is yours. That longing.
Absolutely. Love that. Space that is yours. A space that is yours. If that's your present home, then you're going to stay there. If you go to this particular place here and you find it's not your space, it belongs to everybody else, and that you're not feeling as empowered there, then that's not a good idea. Be careful about people that you share things with. Share everything with here. Now, your cards here are very unsure about a move. In fact, keep thinking. Keep just feeling. Here, what's an interesting thing here is, and I think you actually nailed us on the head there, Gilmar, is one of the things here I'd say to you, Susanna, is maybe let things come to you. Let thoughts come to you. Let things come to you. See how they sit with you. And it's working out, and this is some of the power through this year, is working out the honesty, the integrity, and the comfort that you're looking for in your life here by letting information come to you. See, it sits on you. Although you've got a dream, here, dreams can manifest in different ways. Because although you want a treatment centers are physical places. Watch what happens over the next few years. People may start to do stuff more online.
Exactly.
Yes. So
So it's
therefore, you
more about
the
what you have
physical.
to offer.
Sorry.
It's more about what you have to offer to the world that comes from you, authentically you, not what you can do to actually fit into the world. That's not what it's about. It's not about you fitting into the world. It's about you being you and giving that to the world. And by the way, that Four of Cups for me, that fourth cup that is behind there. So the guy that's sitting under the tree is looking at three cups. He thinks, okay, this I have, this is what I do, this is what I want. And he doesn't realize that the gift is right behind him. That's the cup that comes from heaven. So he's not looking.
Yes, absolutely. I think it's something we're not aware of, and sometimes that's a maybe change of thoughts for you there, Susanna. Is that sometimes it's stuff you do online? In which case, where do you want to do that from?
Exactly.
Yes, and you don't need to have your stock, if you call it stock, there right in the same province that you're in. That could be somewhere else. It's all done immediately through the internet and things like this. So interesting. Okay, so with this new energy coming in, just pop you a question here, because I feel very strongly about this. Do you think we're now going to lose currency or money, as in it is in coins and notes, and it all goes over to digital?
Are you asking?
Yeah, because I think it will do.
I think the future is all about variety. So incomes will come from different sources. It will all be like, we will have different different types of currency, or different types, for sure, different new platforms will come up.
Yeah.
And for example, imagine something like PayPal, but it has its own currency within itself.
Now that's interesting.
So,
just to confuse me.
So things like that will be popping up. For example, imagine that if there's a system that's set up, for example, it's like some kind of cooperation between people. So maybe therapists give out services and other people give out products and stuff like that. So you can actually exchange within that platform with the currency that platform is in itself. For example, imagine Amazon says, okay, I'm not dealing with money. I'm just, or maybe I am too, because variety is the key. So there's so many things that are possible, and that's what's going to happen. But the key is variety. So don't put all your eggs in a basket. That's the thing. Buy multiple baskets and colored eggs and have them all over the place.
No. We don't want to do that now. No, we don't want to do that. Right. Okay. It's interesting, actually. I just popped this question up here. It's just interesting. Liz Hall says, life just isn't easy. But that's an interesting one because of what we're going through at the moment. It all depends how you look at it.
Life is
easy.
Life is your resistance, is what makes it difficult. So if, for example, now we have a lockdown and you can't go to work. Okay, so if I resist it, then I'm like obsessed. I can't do what I want. I can't do what I want. I can't do what I want, and have a bad time.
Yeah.
But if I go, okay, I can't do that. What can I do?
Yes.
And then all these ideas will come up, and I'll start doing different things.
Life is about opportunities. It's not about being isn't easy. Opportunity. Create opportunities, and don't look at there. Don't look at them. Just focus on. That's where I'm going to go. Focus on your plans and just keep going. Right. Okay. Cheryl. She's gone for the colour grey. And 17th of 7th, 1971. She's a 336. She's a 336. And she's a question. Will I move? We should start up an estate agency business. We should do it.
Yeah.
And an astrological spiritual estate agency business. Now I can see you moving.
I don't think we'll make much money, but yeah, because we're telling everybody not to.
No. We say to everybody, you're going to live in a virtual property. It's going to be, just imagine the house you're going to be in, and we can create that autonomy for you. You can create that wellness. We won't charge you very much, honest. Okay, right. Okay, so will I move? She's 336. The 3-3s, their vibration of the 33 is very high. Very high. It's almost like why does the world not understand me? And where am I connecting in this world? And why is it also, why is the energy or frequencies are different? Oh, we just, again, hope you come back in a minute. Oh, we'll keep talking now. Oh, no, you're back. Good. But one of the things I'd like to say here is with this vibration, this energy, is to say to you that it's sometimes everybody's got to understand you. It's not about you trying to understand them. It's working that energy. Will you move? 6 is very much about organisation and keeping things very organised and where we're going here. And I think this is going to be an important year for you. However, personal year 1, again, we left that old cycle behind. Then we left that old cycle behind. That's where I think you're coming from, where you're going to. So it's a new start. However, let's go see what astrology says, because we've got these little retrogrades popping up. We've also got different energies here, and yet we could still change. Let's have a look. Okay. You're putting faces there, which is your faces speak 1,000 words.
Yeah. So what's the reason for wanting to move? It's like, so there's a Lilith in Libra at 5 degrees in Libra. So Saturn is, no, that would be, oh, wait a minute. I'm lost. Saturn would just have had like an aspect to that 3, 6, 9, 120. It's like a trine to that Lilith. I don't know. And you have that Lilith, Uranus and Lilith Saturn. It's like what are you trying to free yourself from? I get the feeling more that kind of thing. What are you trying to free yourself from? You know, so I would say with the South Node in Leo, it's like, what expectations did you have of being recognized?
Okay.
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 So what's motivating your move?
That's thing with the 33. That's very interesting with the vibration of the 33. Is like, where do I fit into this world, and how does the world work for me? But although it translates into a 6 energy, it's very much about organisation and wanting to be part of a team in some respects here. One needs that part of culture. I also would say here, though, but look at this here, I think your personal year 1 is about taking your power, but to define it. To define what the reasons for this. And I think there's a moon energy there as well, which needs to feel very sure about this. It needs to be very sure. Okay, let's go look at the cards here, see what they're saying here. Okay, Cheryl, I'm just doing a little old shuffle for you. Let's have a look here. We're coming up to 11:54 in Spain. That's about 10:54 in the UK. And we've got a few little bits to go through here. Oh, we're losing you again. What's up with the internet there? But anyway, never mind. Keep looking. All this card's popped out for you, so if that's popped out. And oh, we're back again. Good. Right, let's go for the left. Right, now, what's going to be interesting here, I think, for you, Cheryl, it's not about the decisions you're going to make, which is going to be interesting. I think what's going to be important to you is what comes to you. Absolutely. You've got an extraordinary time ahead. Home may be one thing, but watch for other opportunities which are going to come shining your way, which may... Well, once upon a time I had a basket which was quarter full. Now all of a sudden it's going to be full with other opportunities. So watch what's coming ahead. Your cards here are amazing. They're absolutely amazing. One of the cards you've got here is a star card, which presents enormous opportunities, but it also is a fate card. And sometimes we don't see things, what's coming ahead, but what will come ahead, I think, will be interesting. And maybe your environment around you may well question about moves, no question about it. But it's the nice thing here is don't rush just yet. Do not rush, my dear. She says, yay. Garibaldi says, yay. That's a good word, isn't it? Yay. Okay, let's go and have a little chat with Claire. Sorry, yes?
Yeah, and for Cheryl also, the planets right now, Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn going retrograde are like stepping over her. She's got a Jupiter-Neptune wide conjunction. It's 4 degrees apart. And Jupiter-Neptune is about its ideas, its imagination. It's like got, so it's also about like the bubble, the dream, no?
Yes.
So that dream is being revised. It's changing. So allow it to change.
I think so too, because I think what's coming in is a bit like that basket. Once upon a time, thinking, oh yes, there it is, it's quarter full, maybe I move. But all of a sudden, oh, hang on a minute, everything else is coming into my life, which will surprise you, absolutely surprise you. But
Yeah.
I think it'd be very warm for you here. Right, Claire. Claire says here, good morning, Claire. Claire says that she is worried a bit concerned about her job. She's concerned about her job here. Should she stay in her current job here, or should she where she is, or should she take up her own job, being self-employed? Very interesting here. Now, with your numbers here, you've got a 2-0. 2-0. Now, two is always very interesting here, because I always found it's something about duality, or something to share, something to keep in balance with, something to work towards. It's never sometimes taking on the power of the self. It's always, well, what about everybody else? What about how they feel? What about they react? How are they? What do they... how does this feel with me? If I leave them, will they miss me to an extreme? Okay, being a bit pedantic. If I left, would it drop them in the poo? Maybe what to look at here is hang on a minute, let's go look at ourselves here, because we've got a karmic 0. Karmic 0 is about fulfilling something for yourself, or something maybe you want to do yourself here. And I really, really feel here with this energy here is there is something here which is very motivational about you. About you, doing something for you. And I think sometimes you would surprise yourself at just how much you can do. So maybe a good idea to look at that. And over to you, Guillermo.
So Claire has, well, she's a Sun and Mercury in Libra. I have her time of birth, so I know she's a Libra rising too. That's air, plus a moon in Gemini in the 9th house, which is air, and 9th house is even more like this. And Mercury and Neptune in the 3rd house. So again, in Sagittarius, air and fire. So that North Node is in Taurus, and Taurus is about being independent, being your own. Also, there's a Lilith Sun there that loves to be independent. Lilith Mars also wants to break free. Lilith Uranus wants to be authentic. So in your case, it would be about your version of finding your own space is finding your own mental space.
Yep.
So it's about creating a mental space. What's a mental space? It can be anything from like a diary where you write your thoughts, a body of work that you reach your own conclusions. So it'd be anything that comes from your mind and that is you. So that's the kind of space you're looking for, because for Libra, so it's Libra Sun and Rising, this year it's all about your 4th house moving. It's about transforming your base, where you step on. So you might feel like you want to move and leave, but it's actually redefining what it means for you to have your own space, which would be that has instead of something. It could be even your own classroom, your own online whatever, but it has to be your own mental or virtual space.
Okay. It's interesting here. Oh, this one's popped up again. Here. So we've got that, and also we've got the Knight of Swords. So we are definitely functioning, thinking about moving. Your current position, which is the 3 of Coins reversed, is sort of saying here, it's not working out quite the way I'd like it to. Don't feel that I'm being represented enough here. And also, you've got support around you. Support around you from a gentleman who is probably your partner there, who wants to help you. But it's also about authority somewhere. Authority, being a king of coins. But I feel here though that last card though, which is the 4 of Cups here, is think about it. And I think as you say here, it's about what's going to fill your mental space and spiritual space, which is what's going to start connecting with you to help you feel and you know where your direction is going. And I think if something is nudging you to say you want to work for yourself, there's something about this which is important to you, I feel here, that means something to you. It's got to feel in your heart that defines you rather than anything else here. So I think an important part here is getting this right inside of you, getting this into a place. Right, now I'm centered, know exactly where I am, exactly what I'm doing, exactly where I'm going before we go and do that move. Now, before we... Sorry, yeah?
Yeah, but insisting, looking inside, not outside.
Yes,
And so in
absolutely.
other
Yes.
cases, we were saying maybe it's your own physical space, maybe it's your own body. In this case, it's your own mind, it's your own virtual
Mhm.
space. So look for your own virtual space, your own mental space.
And what that's going to mean to you if you were to change your job, what would it mean? How would that fill your life? What would that mean? Interesting here, just coming on to a question here, which is saw here from, I hope I spell this right, Toma Diana Florentina. She says, once I tried to meditate, I see myself from outside. It was a little scary because it was the first time when I had such experience. I was afraid I could not come back, so I stopped. Is it possible to travel outside of meditation? Absolutely, absolutely. A lot of us call this astral traveling that we can come outside. We may well talk about this quite a lot coming up through Sunday and also next Tuesday. Because Michelle, who is Giochi's partner, she likes to do a lot of this, and if we can get her to talk about this, she would be able to give a lot of input here, and I'm sure she would like to share her experiences. So that's Tuesday evening next week, which is going to be 9 o'clock here in Spain, 8 p.m. in the UK, and Giochi Nova, wonderful guy, and we look forward to seeing him. In the meantime, though, so hopefully that helps you there. Hopefully helps there, because we'd love to talk about subjects like this. And if we've got the people who have experienced this themselves, much as I have experienced it myself here, that it's a very interesting subject to talk about, very fascinating to meditate and actually see yourself somewhere else. Yes. Some people do it, some people can't. It doesn't mean to say because you can't do it or you can do it, make sure you're better than anybody else. Whatever. Right. Okay. Maria says she's having a wonderful feeling. Oh, that's nice. I'm glad you're having a wonderful feeling. That's lovely. And anything else here I need to tell you? Yes. Okay. Producers, thank you and goodbye. Check in the Cafe Clairvoyance group on Facebook for information and shows and updates. We are back on Sunday, 7 o'clock EU, 6 p.m. UK. And have a great week. Guys, it's been a fabulous show this morning. I know we had little technical issues here and there, but once we got going, it was absolutely wonderful. And I'm always very grateful for my good friend Guillermo, who shares the show with me on a Wednesday morning, to have such a good chat. I know we could talk for hours and hours about what goes on out there. It's so enjoyable. And we'd like to say a big thank you to you guys, because loads of you came online today. And so say a big thank you to you. Very, very big thank you. And Guillermo, see you very soon. Give all our love to everybody over there at your centre and to Javier. And we wish you a wonderful, wonderful day yourself. And guys out there, have a wonderful time. All right, take care.
Thank you.
Love,
Thank you, everybody.
love, burger. Love, burger. They're the same. They're the same. Take care. All right, bye-bye.
Bye.